Welcome to Highlight My Town. I'm Dan Edson with EXP Realty, and today we're at Hopehaven of Cass County, and I'm here with the Executive Director, Jenna Neumann. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
So this is an amazing shelter. We just finished up a tour, and I'm really impressed. But I wanted to bring community awareness to what you guys do here. Tell us what you do here at the shelter.
So at our emergency shelter location, we serve victims and survivors of domestic and sexual violence. We are very unique because in 2010, we expanded our programs to serve sexual violence victims. So it's not just adults who need the shelter. We are serving children who have experienced victimizations, adults. And so with that being said, that is a unique aspect of Hopehaven of Cass County, that we serve both domestic and sexual violence victims. And we serve men, women, children, and their pets. And so we're here at Paw Haven, and I'm really excited to kind of talk about just the different services that we can offer. Something that a lot of people don't know is that you can't actually just show up at our door. You have to call our hotline, and the number to our hotline is 816-380-4663, and we're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we have a staff sitting behind that hotline right now, and they're just waiting for victims to reach out and seek safety and help.
You guys have done an amazing job here at the shelter, making it homey and making it really welcoming to the victims that come into the shelter. Tell us a little bit about that.
So in 2018, the Victims of Crime Unit with the Department of Social Services started giving us funding in order to create a space where people could feel more comfortable healing. And so, you know, we started little by little. We had 26-year-old carpet, and so we were able to get our first grant for flooring. And so we were able to put flooring down that can be completely disinfected and cleaned after each and every person come through the doors at the shelter. We started just thinking about how victims and survivors feel when they come in. They want a safe place. And so how could we create this safe place that is welcoming for victims to come and to heal and to leave here as a survivor, but not only a survivor who can be a contributing member of the society. A lot of times abuse victims will find themselves not able to ask for help, not able to verbalize what they actually need. And here at Hopehaven, we find that people come in and we call it trauma brain. And it's when people they can't remember, they're not ready to heal. And when you come into Hopehaven and you spend just 48 hours here, we see people start to heal and they start to think for themselves. And we give them the power and we empower them to make those changes on their own. So we can't change every single life of every person who comes here, but we can give them the tools they need to have a successful future, to live on their own, to not have to go back to that abuse. And in the state of Missouri, we find that each victim who leaves, it can take 7 times. They'll leave 7 times before they are done. And so at Hopehaven, we know that the victim might not come in here, they might go back, but we're here when they need us. And when they are looking for help, Hopehaven's here to answer the call.
Tell us about different ways that victims can heal here at Hopehaven.
So when a victim comes into Hopehaven, we offer the exact same program as we do for our outreach. So we have 2 programs here. We have our emergency shelter and our outreach services. But when they come to our emergency shelter, we have some really unique aspects that help people heal. And so one thing we were able to do is in June, we actually had our first fresh professional painting done throughout the whole shelter. So the shelter, it looks like a place you would want to come in to heal. And we finally, after 25 years, were able to put a fresh coat of paint on our cabinets in the kitchen.
Tell us what sets Hopehaven apart from other shelters.
So Hopehaven, I think what sets us apart from other shelters is our home-like environment. When you walk in, you feel like you're walking through the doors of a home. And although this is an emergency shelter, we take great pride in having rooms with nice furniture, with having a place where a person can sit down, even you and I can sit down, and you can literally find the healing power in each and every room that we have here at Hopehaven. And there's just so many community partners who have done so much to help us grow here. Summit Homes, they changed our children's room from just a playroom into a healing center. And so kids not only can go play there, they can really get the tools that they need to find success, the tools that they may have missed when they're experiencing violence. So we call it the trauma brain because it's hard for kids to learn when they're experiencing violence. So when you give them a safe spot, adults and children, when you give them a safe spot, they can really start to heal. So a lot of times, and I'm picturing so many people that have come to the shelter in my head right now, we see them come in for 48 hours and then you can truly see that this person really wants to heal. And that the environment we have at Hopehaven, that truly contributes to people's healing. But not only that, is we have an on-site pet kennel. And 90% of the clients who have brought a pet to Hopehaven said they wouldn't have ever left their abuser if they had to leave their pet behind. So we've served 145 pets in the last 2 years. And that's an incredible amount of people and families that were able to continue to have that relationship with their pet and survive.
Tell me a little bit about Paw Haven.
So Paw Haven's very close to my heart because in 2014, I found myself, I was married for 5.5 years, and I found myself in an abusive relationship. And I was actually attacked by my husband, and I had 2 pets and I didn't have anywhere to go. Even though I worked at Hopehaven, this pet program didn't exist. And in the Kansas City metro area, there was only 4 kennels available in the whole area. And so there was no place for me to go with my dogs. And that's when I was like, we've got to make a change. We have to make a change, and we want to be part of that change. And so we wrote our first grant in 2015, and we were able to get our first pet shelter. And so it's very close to my heart because I never want somebody to go through what I went through and not have a safe place to call.
If someone in our community is not familiar with Hopehaven, what would you want them to know?
So what I would want our community to know is that we're not just a shelter. Although we have a 33-bed emergency shelter, we also have an outreach program and a street outreach program. But when a victim or a survivor comes here to Hopehaven to heal, they have the opportunity for a holistic case manager. And what that means is that we take an individualized basis, and each and every person will come in and they'll have a unique case management plan based on their barriers, and we provide the tools that each individual needs to overcome those barriers to have a safe and stable life after abuse. And there's different aspects. I want people to know that if you are a victim of violence and you're getting an ex parte in court, Hopehaven will be here at the court. We're here every single Wednesday, 9 a.m. We're here at the adult abuse docket, and we're here for free. Every single service that we offer is completely free to every victim and survivor. And I think, you know, just picking up that phone, calling the hotline, it can be very hard to decide, you know, do I want to do this or do I not? And here's the thing is, you don't have to come into shelter. Even if you want to stay in your situation and you want to plan your exit, you can actually call us and we can help you safety plan to leave. And I think that's really important. You don't have to come to the emergency shelter to get Hopehaven services. Our case management includes economic housing case management. So if you're in an abusive situation and you're like, if I leave him, I'm gonna be homeless. We work with the Missouri Housing Development Commission to provide homeless prevention funding to victims of crime. So what that looks like is, hey, you want to stay in your house? We want to keep you there. So give us a call so you don't have to change your life after abuse, because we don't want you to be homeless. We don't want you to have those experiences. So we also provide rapid rehousing. And so if your current situation isn't safe and you do need to go somewhere after, we can help you with first month's rent. We can help you with evictions. We can help you just differently, because every single person has different barriers. And at Hopehaven, we want you to meet with our case manager. We want you to tell us what's going on so that we can provide all the tools that we need to help you. live a safe and stable life after abuse.
Most importantly, how can the community help? How can people get involved and help Hopehaven?
We are currently looking for sponsorships for our gala. We are looking to do third-party fundraisers, and of course, if you find it in your heart to be a volunteer, we love our volunteers, and we're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can volunteer at your time and bring whatever skills you have. We need those. We need help from our community because we can't do this life-saving work without you. So if you're interested in donating, if you're interested in joining our monthly newsletter, or if you just share our hotline number, everybody knows somebody who needs Hopehaven services. And so the best thing we can do is, as a community, we can raise awareness, we can talk about domestic and sexual violence, and we can help survivors in our community. And our 24-hour, 7-day-a-week crisis hotline is 816-380-4663.
Jenna, I want to thank you for everything that Hopehaven does here in our community, and thank you for allowing us to come and highlight everything that you guys do.
Thank you.